allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Christine,
December 6th.
Kramer,
Yes.
Reichner,
Here.
Henry,
December 6th, Tuesday,
Esther.
Thursday. December 8th.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the reports that are on file for tonight's meeting from the police department, fire department, treasurer, engineer, code office, health department, public works, redevelopment authority, and Santa Barbara.
I'll second.
Kramer,
Yes.
Reichner,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
November
Esther.
12th.
Yes.
Now, are there any comments from the audience about the agenda items? If you have a comment, you may stand up and say your name before you make a comment. Okay, redevelopment authority?
Yeah, just wanted to make the announcement that we'll be holding an auction on October 22nd at 9:00 a.m. for the joint properties of 714, 716 North 7th Street. Apologize, can't talk to men. There was a formal advert put in the paper, and there are advertisements up here for more information if you're interested, or if you know of anyone who may be interested. This would be a property lot that really would be primed for development. So we're eager to see if anyone is interested in doing so.
Is there a reserve on this?
Yes, there is a reason.
Okay. I had someone call me after that question.
Do you have anything from the redevelopment authority?
Oh, in general, that was just their upcoming auction, yes. Just ongoing projects.
Unfinished business. We have a resolution here for the home grant application. Brianna looked over it and she finds it to be all in order. I need approval to sign this so we can move ahead with owner occupied and other DCD, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania grants to help people fix their houses.
Mr. Cook is here, I don't know if he wants to know what's on.
Oh,
No, that's fine, I'm here only if there are questions,
okay.
because I needed a night out.
Poor man.
I have a lot.
Okay, if you don't have any comments, is there a motion
I'll
to
make a
accept?
motion to accept the resolution.
I'll second
Reichner,
it. Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Esther,
Yes.
Kramer.
Yes.
Beth, I don't know if that's all right, I've seen Mrs. Johnson back there, I
I
thought.
saw her too, but she didn't stand up and go.
That's because you went right past.
Oh, well, then you can talk now.
That's okay.
You
we're good.
could just wait.
That's okay. The biz pitch is November 12th. I honestly can't tell you how many businesses we had. The last I knew, we had 3. I don't know if we've gotten any more since the end of the month or not. And then we're gearing up for late night shoppers, which is December 8th, Thursday night. We're getting different places to hold things because the one building that we were in last year was sold. So now we're looking for another building to go. And hopefully that'll go over like it did last year. We're trying to come up with some different ideas on either tree decorating or some other different kind of decorating in the downtown. So we're going to be working with Terry and Kathleen. They're on our Life Fest committee to do that. And I think that's about it. Just those 2 things. The Wine and Brew Festival is up at the Hill neighborhood, October 22nd. So that's
At the
going on.
playground or?
What?
At the Armory,
At the Armory, it's at the Armory,
what day was that?
October 22nd. Yep, Saturdays from 12 to 5.
Is the Viz pitch going to be in the Elks again?
So this pitch is gonna be at the Elks.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Moving on to new business, or unfinished business. New business, Jim? Myers?
Yes, we have, we're gonna be hiring some snack bar help. The skating rink's been open for a little over 2 weeks, and it's routine every year we pick up some new because we have kids that have graduated, one on to college, so there's some slots being filled. So I'd just like to make a motion that we can hire a couple new part-timers for the snack bar.
Second.
Thank you.
Are you still taking applications?
Yes.
Okay. If anybody knows anybody that wants to work at that rink, come down to City Hall.
Is there a
Yeah.
close date on that? Excuse me, is there a close date on that?
Yeah.
And we take applications on through, because during the season, kids get into sports and they can't work anymore, so they're rotating in and out.
Okay, thank you.
Henry,
Yes.
Ister, Kramer,
Yes.
Reichtner.
Yes.
Now I'd like to make a motion to approve the vouchers for the payroll report. The general fund is $195,857.23, and liquid fuel is $260.48. I'd like to make a motion that we pay the bills.
I'll second it.
Ister,
Yes.
Kramer,
They don't match our numbers. At all. I have 186,177.84. Of course, this says September 26th.
Yeah.
That
You
might
picked
have
up the wrong
something to do
one.
with it.
Yeah.
There's the
Well, mine got shuffled in.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Junk.
Reichtner,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, okay. Just pull that from the
And
Taking this one.
Prove you're not sleeping.
Shoot.
the next thing on the agenda is the exonerations. We have 4 people to exonerate because they are either low income or SSI. So I'd like to make that a motion that we exonerate these people.
Kramer,
Yes.
Reichtner,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Ister.
Yes.
Is there any comments? Yes.
It's Kurt
Full name?
Bolovich.
Okay, sorry.
I actually had a question. I was hoping Mayor Person would be here to answer, but you're filling in for his spot, I suppose?
Yes.
Why does the mayor cast a vote during the council meetings?
Because of the form of government, the city council, he has a vote.
But per our charter states in Article 4, Section 413, Paragraph B, that he has no vote unless it's,
Are you looking in the third-class city code?
yeah, I went to the mayor's office and they gave me the charter. Because everything's through what
It's always
the
been.
law, the charter
I'd have
said.
to look into it a little bit closer and certainly follow up with the exact information. I don't have the code book or the third class city code in front of me at the moment,
Yeah,
but.
I have a printout if you
Sure,
want to
but there
look
might
at
be
it.
supplemental,
Yeah.
documents that play a part here, but yeah, it's always been the mayor has cast it.
I understand that, it's just I'd like someone to look into our laws, because if our government, our local government, it should be running per what our people
I
say.
can do that and follow up the next meeting.
The Sunbury Fire Police are gonna have their parade October 20th at 7 p.m.
Excuse me,
Yes.
Regina Russell, I'd like to say something, please. I have a concern that, and I guess it's been brought up before, probably a couple of years ago, about the rodents that are populating in the city, and I guess it's been quite an increase now because of the vacant buildings. Is there anything that the city does about this to help low-income homeowners?
I'm not aware of anything. I think the homeowners are the ones that are responsible to take care of their properties. I also know that people are complaining about them coming from the neighbor's property. I think that if there is an issue like that, they should come to the code office so that we can address it and possibly get neighbors to take care of their property if it's affecting someone else's.
Now, that's what I've been trying to say for a very long time, Councilwoman. And that is a problem because a lot of times the code office is not enforcing the ordinance on some people. You're permitting people to store trash and property around as well as in front of their property, as long as they have that 5-foot ruling that everyone's been talking about for the past few years. And one of the properties was right across the street from me where I had made a complaint. And the code office went to the property, and had they walked around, they would have seen that the property next door had like 50 bags of trash stacked in the backyard. And now they're moving. So that's where, as frustrating as I might get, that's the reason I do get that way, because if I call, I don't feel that the code office is being thorough enough about talking to the people. I've made complaints already, and there's still several people who have trash piled up in the back of their yards, and nothing's being done about it.
Can I comment on it real quick? Sorry. So just from Chris Reese, if you call, do you know who insures the property as well? If the code office isn't doing what you want and you still have a complaint about that, if you talk to the insurer of that property, you'll probably get somebody to go out pretty quick. Because as an insurance company, I want to know what's going on with the properties that I'm
Well,
insuring.
that is wonderful. So
So-
how do I find that out? Is there a website that I go to? and
No,
look
there's
at
not. There's not a
property?
website. You'll have to just either talk to the homeowner or talk to the insurance companies and just
I
see.
have to be an investigator.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's another route that you could go if you were unhappy with a specific property.
And I want to do a follow-up on the bicycle shop that I had inquired about a couple of months ago, I believe back in July, asking how was a residential property being permitted to run a business out of a residential home. And the code office records say that it is a residential home with 2 units in it. And I was told that they also have parking in the back. So they still don't have parking in the back. They're still permitted to run the bicycle business and store the bicycles outside and alongside the house.
Where is that?
355 South 4th Street.
Mr. Rhodes, would you like to give her one more last explanation on this, please?
I would glad to do that.
Please,
Actually,
and say it nice and clear
I
for
would
me.
like to clear up your first issue. We were at that property where all the trash was, and we did do a thorough inspection. Not only did we warn the occupants, but we called the homeowner also, who in return brought a dumpster down and cleaned the trash up. That was your first complaint or comment. Second one is about the bike shop. As I explained before, the city council meeting, it was approved by the zoning hearing board to have that business there.
You specifically said it was approved by the planning committee and not the zoning committee
I-
at that meeting, Mike.
No, Regina, I clearly said zoning.
No, Mike, and if you look at the YouTube video, you will see and hear that you said it went to the planning committee, and the planning
We'll have
committee
to,
approved it.
we'll have to review that, and I think you'll find that I did say zoning, because I explained the entire process to you that evening for the zoning.
Well, I'm glad you're saying that, because the zoning committee didn't get this request. So how did they get a license if
I
the
have a
zoning committee
question on
didn't
that.
approve it?
When Mike was asked about that, they were permitted as long as they had off-street parking, and the fence is still up there. Why aren't we doing something about it?
The fence,
The fence was up yet today, Mike.
yes, it is, and it's on hinges. The fence is on hinges. When he has somebody come in to look at the bikes, he opens up the gate, they pull in the yard as when it's required.
I'll put the pictures on Facebook and let everybody else
And then
tell me
when
if there's
the
hinges there,
visitor,
because
when
I
the
sure
customer
didn't see
leaves, he
any
closes the
hinges.
gate so he has security in his yard.
So what you're saying is you put a fence up and you have, it's on a gated hinge, you're exempt?
No,
That's what you
he
just
meets,
said.
he meets the requirement
of off-street parking. When he has, his main business is he goes to like auctions. And every once in a while, he does have one come to his house, he opens up the gates and parks in the yard.
I don't really care one way or the other, but I've seen the alley way there, and that's pretty darn narrow.
Yeah.
I don't know how you navigate in and out with a gate opening. That's pretty narrow. I mean, it doesn't matter to me one way or the other.
Plus it's a one-way.
That doesn't matter as far as off-street parking goes, if it's one-way or two-way street.
Well, I know that, but I know a question was asked, and if there's an issue, I guess my question is, you know what, and it might say it because it's on a hinge gate, so that classified, so that everybody puts up a fence, and he's gotta put up a hinge gate, and
You're right.
they're legal.
And it's classified as
Okay.
off-street parking, that's correct.
And he's been there for over a year now, so when does the code office update their records to reflect that that is a commercial business in a residential home?
Once again, I'm gonna say it one last time, and I'm gonna let this discussion go. It was approved by the zoning hearing board. The zoning information's in our office, in his property file, showing that the zoning hearing approved him to have his business in a residential district.
Now take a deep breath, so I can come to the code office, because that should be public disclosure, and I can ask to see that information.
Yes,
Once
you may.
once you
Thank
fill
you.
out a right to know request.
No, I don't have to, I shouldn't have to fill out a right to know, but I'll be happy to do that.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, it is standard information. Everybody is not a fool, but you guys keep telling us, and you keep telling us because you don't think anyone is gonna do any research. You're the only people that know everything, and everything that comes out of your mouth is like the Bible, but it's not.
Because when you have
And I
occupation to
thank
back it up.
you. You just work for people that you have to do things.
Is there any other comments?
Yes, Gordon Lamb. Could I ask Rick, between 6th and 7th online there's a used clothing repository down there. Where people are dumping all kinds of crap next to that. Last week there was a bed dumped there was a couch dumped there was bags of garbage. Now, can this be stopped somehow, or?
Are you talking, there's a receptacle, is that where the community?
Yeah, next to that receptacle
All
there.
right, we were in contact with the landowner and told them about their accountability if it persists. And I don't know what the outcome was of that, but my recommendation was that they remove that thing from that spot.
Yeah, it's attracting people just to dump down there. It seems to be a
Yeah,
magnet
that's
for
the
them, you
sad
know?
part about those things. People think they're dumps and they throw
But
anything in them and they're not.
again, we were in contact with the landowner there about their, their liability with that.
Right.
And it's just unfortunate to the point where they thought they were doing something good and it turned out just to be
Yeah,
a trash
yeah.
collection.
Yeah, I pass it frequently, and it's really becoming an eyesore.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. I can also ask you, Beth, about your comments about the Celotex site. Is it city policy to build an hotel down there and restaurants and?
No, we have to wait until they do their study and decide what they want to do. We don't have the money to build a hotel. They're looking for people to come in that might possibly build a hotel. But so far to date, nothing has happened.
Well, have we had any meetings with him? Because Don Alexander said last week that he's been working with city council on this.
He hasn't been working with anybody from the city.
That's what I know, that's what, I'm correct, I agree with you, I didn't hear anything, so I don't know where that statement came from.
No, we haven't.
Unless he's doing something with the redevelopment authority.
No,
Yeah,
yes,
well, that is, he's been talking with Adam and Jeff.
Is that what it is? Okay, there's the confusion, then if they're having conversations, they haven't formally come to a redevelopment authority to date. But if that's getting cross wires between the city council and the redevelopment authority. I know everyone's anxious to see something.
We want to
done
see
with
something
Celotex.
happen, but it's, county owns the property. I'll call the county commissioners and find out what they're doing, because they supposedly gave it to this development company to come in and develop it.
Yeah, well, my concern is, I've said this before, there's 45,000 tons of fracking waste dumped down on that site. And it's possibly radioactive and toxic, so there's no way they should be building any residential property down there for anybody to occupy.
My understanding, Mr. Lamb, is that all the testings that been done and the drilling's been done there, they've got a clear as far as commercial goes, is below levels for commercial. People cannot live on there per se, like you couldn't put townhouses there or something like that. But as far as commercial, it's below the levels. DEP approved it, all the state agencies approved it, and I don't remember the company's name anymore, but Ray Marinovich was the engineer that did that.
Yes, I know, but I asked him about this at the meeting, and he was told where to test by Jeff Stroman from Moran Industries. He didn't test the whole site, and he never tested radioactivity either.
They came back and retested.
They never tested radioactivity, never.
Gordon, they did come back and do another, because it kind of cost the county a ton of money
Yeah.
to do the second
But
test.
we don't have any of that records, okay, because when the new administration came in, we basically,
It's
I don't want to say we were cut off, but we no longer have, we don't have no kind of really working relationship at this point in time. All right, and I want to highlight this, but our interest is to get some kind of a tax base up there. That's what we're looking for, okay? But they basically kind of just closed the door on us. We don't have no input at all.
I would suggest you go to the county commissioners meeting.
But that paperwork, again, would be public knowledge, and again, you're probably gonna have to send to a right to know
Well, I'll do that, certainly.
and
Yeah.
ask them for the findings ask them for all of it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, but I know that they come back, because they put a hold on it. They put a hold on it, and they come back and did 40-some or 50-some, I believe, more drillings in different areas because of the concerns that were raised. Are you talking about the county meeting, you raised those concerns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Rick, just so you're aware, a hotel is a residential occupancy. It's a R2.
It's residential occupancy, but it's not a,
Long-term, right?
it's not long-term or permanent.
I know it's
not-
transient, but it's also residential,
Yeah, but
so.
it's, well.
Just so you understand that, they cleared it for
for.
commercial, but they didn't clear it for residential.
Yeah, but it's not classified as a permanent residential, because what I'm saying is residential, what I read is that somebody buys a home and is living there permanently. Those people are in and out, in and out, in and out, not like they're gonna be a long-term occupancy there.
It goes whether or not you're sleeping there, that's what it goes by.
And I don't know, but the thing was clear for a hotel, I know that.
Okay, we'll look into that. I will call the county commissioners about that. We have some announcements. The Sunbury Fire Police Halloween Parade is October 20th at 7 p.m. Registration forms are available at the city clerk's office. And trick or treating will be Monday, October 31st from 6 to 9 p.m. And again, a reminder about the auction on October 22nd, 9 a.m., 714 and 716 North 7th Street. It's a double lot. No more comments or questions? The meeting is adjourned.
They have some.